In this video, I'm going to show you how to relieve hand pain in seconds. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Earl coming to you from Spine Care in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over various hand pain relief exercises that may give quick relief, even in as little as 30 seconds. All of these exercises are going to hit the fingers, hands, and wrists just a little bit differently. So go through all of them and take what is most effective at getting rid of your hand pain. So let's get started. A major cause of hand pain is because of soft tissue tightness and irritation. So here is a great way to really knock a lot of that out very quickly. This might end up becoming your new favorite treatment. It's known as gua sha, or muscle scraping. We need two things. The first being a large metal spoon. I like one with a little bit more thickness to it. You'll get better results. The next is a form of lubrication. I'm going to be using coconut oil, but you can use any massage lotions or over-the-counter pain creams such as BioFreeze or Icy Hot. Start off by putting lubrication pretty much from the fingertips to the wrist all the way up to the elbow on both sides. We're going to focus on everything. From there, what we want to do is take our spoon, and it doesn't matter what part of the spoon you use. You can use the tip right here, you can use the rounded portion. Actually experiment with it and go with what helps you out the most. But here's how we're going to do this simple motion. I'm going to start off right at the top of the hand right here. And from there, I'm just going to, let me use this part of the spoon right here. Put enough pressure in there. I like to put the spoon at about a 45-degree angle and then do a slow stroke downwards. When you do this, focus on a nice self-massage. You want to release tension into that soft tissue, but not causing any discomfort. So again, only to your comfort level. Do this for about 10 slow repetitions towards your fingertips. From there, just move over to a different spot. You want to do this over the complete top part of the hand. Also, when you do this, you might find a spot that just feels very gritty, almost like sandpaper. That's generally a spot of adhesion, and you want to make note of that. You'll also notice that over that spot, you'll find pockets of redness coming up to the surface. That's blood flow. That's a good thing. That promotes healing right there. But you want to throw more repetitions in there to loosen it up and hopefully just break up any adhesions that might be causing hand pain. But explore the area. Pretty much do the top part, go over the fingers. Try to avoid the knuckles or any bony spots right here because that can cause irritation. So just work around them. Use different parts of the spoon. Just dig in, explore the area. Any spot that you feel needs a little bit more attention, spend some more time just working that tension out of the soft tissue. From there, you're going to flip the hand over and do the same thing on the palm. I really like to dig in more towards the pad right here of the thumb. And when you do this, you can also start to experiment with finger motions. So bring the thumb in and do the same thing. Bring it out. Do a twirling motion with it. I like to do what is called piano hands. That is just kind of like acting like I have a fake piano in front of me, almost like a virtual piano, and then doing the same thing because it's going to activate those muscles just a little bit differently, and you might find that it becomes a little bit more efficient. Also do a finger lift, similar to this right here. You can do them all one at a time. You can lift two fingers up at a time and just really dig in there and explore it. You want to go through different motions. You can close and open the fingers right here because it's going to target those muscles just a little bit better. From there, we want to focus a lot on the forearm also because this can cause things like carpal tunnel going in, and it could just cause a lot of issues going to the wrist, going towards the hand. So I'll pretty much just start at the elbow right here and work my way down, doing the same thing for about 10 slow repetitions over one area and then just moving over towards another and then focusing on any spot that feels like it needs more attention. Let's throw some more wrist motions in also while we do this. So what I'm going to do is take the wrist in, out, I'm going to lift up with it, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do it on both sides. You want to focus on doing this on all of the motions of the wrist too because it's only going to help identify spots and muscles that might need a little bit more attention. This is one of my personal favorite ways to not only stretch and strengthen everything from the fingertips all the way to the forearm, but it's pretty fun too. I call it the rice method. I'm going to be using a large pot. You want one large enough that your hand is going to fit in there and still have some space around there. That way you're going to be able to do all these exercises. And I'm going to use 5 pounds, it's roughly 5 pounds of uncooked rice. Rice is pretty cheap. You can usually get it for less than $1 a pound. It's the cheapest food on the planet outside of American fast food. What I'm going to do to start off with is just clamp down on the rice with my palm right here and just squeeze. And you want to do this as hard as you can. Really activate those muscles into the wrist, into the hands, into the fingers. Really do some nice knuckle bending too. And just clamp down on that rice, really squeeze it. You want to do this nice and slow to your comfort level only for about 15 times. From there, what we're going to do is then target more individual finger movements. So I'm going to then just squeeze down with my thumb only. You're going to notice that this hits the muscles just a little bit differently. So do this nice and slowly for about 10 repetitions. From there, go to the pointer finger, do the same thing, and work your way down all the way down to the pinky finger. You can also do 2 fingers at the same time. So let's say that I'm going to use my pointer and middle finger and just experiment with different fingers. You can use these ones right here and just throw more repetitions on any of the movements that you feel is causing some achiness or just feels like it's weak. You really want to just keep everything in balance, so this just helps do that with strengthening certain movements. When you're done with that, what I tend to do is then make a fist like this, and I'm going to drive it down all the way to the bottom of the pot. The movement is going to be lifting the wrist up like this, and then I'm going to take my fingers, fan them out, and then lift up on the rice like this. So I tend to throw a little bit more rice over to this side. I'm going to press down, lift up on the wrist, and then fan the fingers out through the rice. And this can become very challenging. You're going to feel it all the way through the forearm, through the wrist, through the hand and fingers. But you want to do this one just nice and slow for about 10 repetitions. Afterwards, notice how much hand pain you're having and see, hopefully, that you have more range of motion going on and just feel better overall. So here is a great stretching and strengthening exercise that you can pretty much do anywhere, even at work. I'm going to be using a large rubber band. You want one large enough that it's going to fit around the hand comfortably, and it's large enough that you'll be able to do this motion right here. Let's start off by placing the rubber band right at the bottom of the fingers. The first motion, very easy. I'm just going to open my hand up very slowly, just like this, and I'm going to fight the resistance of the rubber band while I open it, but also while I close it. You'll notice that the rubber band will fight you both times. So you want to do this nice and slow against resistance on both motions, and do this for about 15 complete repetitions. To make this harder, you just move the rubber band up towards the fingertips. The more that you go up towards the fingertips, the more resistance that you're going to get from the rubber band, so the more challenging. So with each repetition, notice that if you feel like you can go a little bit more, do it, because it's only going to help stretch and strengthen those muscles that might be causing that hand pain. If this becomes too easy, like let's say that I can go all the way up, what you want to do from there is just add another rubber band. Keep adding them until you finally feel like, hey, that feels like a lot of good muscle activation, and I'm really going to just keep it right there. But you can also experiment with just single motions. So what I'll do is I'll just move my thumb out very, very slowly like this. You can go up with it, you can go down with it, you can do circular motions, but just experiment with different motions. Try to do 2 fingers at the same time, or just even a single finger. It just helps build coordination in there. But if you do feel that one motion, like let's say that when I put the rubber band right here and I move my pointer finger up, I just feel like that's really hitting the spot that I'm getting pain. I want to work through that motion to my comfort level. Try to loosen it up, and at that point it might just help decrease that hand pain because it's just stretching everything out. But it's just a great way to target areas and strengthen the whole hand and fingers very, very easily, pretty much anywhere. So here is a more challenging way to not only help reduce hand pain, but also build coordination and hand strength at the same time. We need a ball that will bounce. I'm going to be using an everyday tennis ball, but you can also use a golf ball, a handball, racquetball, they all work. The movement is very easy. What we're going to do is just drop the ball in front of us and bounce it and catch it. But we're going to take our thumb and then one other finger. So I'm going to clamp down on it with my pointer finger just like this. And if you drop the ball, trust me, it takes a while to be able to do this one and build coordination. Do this a couple times, like 3 to 5 repetitions, and then move over to the next finger. And what you're going to notice is this becomes quite challenging because you're trying to focus on coordination of movements while also strengthening the fingers. Work your way all the way down to the pinky. Let's see if I can get this one. So once I get all the way down to the pinky, what I'll start to do is work my way up. Again, 3 to 5 repetitions on each finger. If you do notice that one finger, like let's say my middle finger right here, just doesn't feel like it has the same amount of strength, maybe it feels stiff and achy with that movement, I'm going to throw more repetitions in there, build into the movement, because it's only going to help stretch everything out and hopefully get rid of hand pain. To take this one to the next level, what you can do is alternate between hands. And you can see I'm kind of struggling with this one, but it's just a good way to really not only have a little bit of fun, but get rid of that hand pain and build some more coordination at the same time. If the video helped, please show us your support by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to our channel too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.